Neon Shuffle, Level 317, Neon Shuffle. Survival difficulty, the playground of mind and matter. Jovial joints, perplexing puzzles, revered rewards. Level 317, better known as Neon Shuffle, is the 318th level of the Backrooms. Image caption, an amateur photograph of one of the many quote unquote shuffle boards of level 317. Description: Level 317 is a strange facility that resembles a laboratory. Each piece of furniture and architecture in the level is black, with outlines of bright blue neon. The level is split up into two sections: the control room and the lobby. Level 317's control room resembles an empty cruise ship control deck, with a long counter at the windows, which has a D-pad attached to the center. At the back of the room is an elevator with no observed weight limit. The keypad of the elevator, rather than leading to floors, can lead to any level with an elevator in it, with the exception of the button labeled L, which leads to the lobby. Outside of the control room's windows is a strange game that the level's residents referred to as, quote unquote, Neon Shuffle. There seems to be multiple control rooms, as multiple people can play separate games at the same time. Furthermore, multiple people can enter the same control room as long as they can all fit inside the lobby's elevator. The lobby resembles a cafeteria and is always stocked with various soups, sandwiches, and chips. The food itself is completely normal. However, if the food comes in any kind of opaque packaging, the packaging will be black, with all of the details outlined in neon. A vending machine with one button sits to the far left of the lobby, which can disperse any liquid its user can picture in their mind. Any attempt to produce a hazardous substance results in the machine producing a uniquely flavored soda instead. This liquid will come in whatever container the user pictures. However, if no container is pictured, it will come in a black soda can with the Neon Shuffle logo on it. TVs line the walls of the lobby, all demonstrating several different quote-unquote shuffle boards for short, created by the level's inhabitants, who refer to themselves as the Shuffle Squad. The lobby has several touchscreen kiosks capable of displaying boards and possible rewards for clearing a board. Notably, these touchscreen kiosks have a USB port. To the left and right of the elevator are two large, unlabeled, humid bathrooms with constantly foggy mirrors. Wanderers entering level 317 for the first time will always end up in a control room. Upon entry, a deep, calm voice, referring to himself as the conductor, will welcome the wanderer to the level, affectionately dubbing it Neon Shuffle. He will then make the wanderer complete 10 quote-unquote tutorial boards before allowing them to re-enter the elevator. The game involves using the D-pad on the counter to move two blocks, one pink and one green, around a 13 by 8 grid of quote-unquote tiles to their respective goal pits. Each input is shared with both blocks. These boards will increase in difficulty, featuring a number of different tiles. A comprehensive list of these tiles provided by the Shuffle Squad can be found here. Link to a Google document containing tile explanations for the tiles in level 317. Slide 1. Looking to make your own board? Here's a few tips on how each of the tiles work. Slide 2. The basics. Base board composed of a 13 by 8 grid of floor tiles that can be replaced with whatever you'd like. Slide 3. Top bar. Cannot be moved/changed, aside from adjusting the wall tiles. Slide 4. Timer placement. Center. Timers go above the board in the center. Slide 5. Standard tiles. Floor tile. Floor tile can be safely stood on unless blocked by other tiles. X tile. Border tile. Cannot be stood on in any way. Wall tile. Placed at the bottom of some X tiles to achieve a wall-like look. Can be expanded horizontally to fit the wall. Hazard pit. When a block touches this tile, you lose. Mirror tile/mirror tiles. When both blocks are in this tile's sight, their movements will mirror each other instead of copying each other. Can be expanded horizontally/vertically to fit the walls. Slide 6. Player-related tiles. Start tiles. Tiles that determine where the player blocks start. Goal pits. Tiles that determine where the player should move the blocks to. Pink barrier. A barrier tile set that only affects the pink block when used. Either block can use the toggle tile. Green barrier. a barrier tile set that only affects the green block when used. Either block can use the toggle tile. Player blocks. 2 blocks that the player controls simultaneously. The blocks will move in the same direction unless facing mirror tiles, and must both be on their respective goal pits to win. Swap tile. When one or both blocks touch this tile, they will swap places. Slide 7. Tile manipulating tiles. Barrier. A tile set that can toggle another tile's activeness. When on and placed on a floor tile, it acts as a wall. When on and placed on a hazard pit, it acts like a bridge. When on and placed on other tiles, it simply deactivates them until toggled off. Locked tile/key. A special type of barrier tile set that can only be toggled once. The key can be placed on any tile that isn't the locked tile using the isolated key, the leftmost tile. Tile swap. A unique tile set that can toggle the locations of 2 other tiles using the tile swap toggle tile. This includes everything except for the start tiles and the X/wall tiles. Slide 8. Movement tiles. Zoom tiles. Tiles that move the block in the indicated direction until it either touches another zoom tile or hits something else. Bouncy tile. A tile that bounces the block in the opposite direction it was touched from. It can bounce the block over hazards, but cannot bounce them over toggle tiles or zoom tiles. Bumper tile. Similar to the bouncy tile, but only bounces the block back 1 tile. Warp tile. A tile that usually comes in pairs. When touched, it will teleport the block to the other warp tile. Rewind tile. When this tile is touched, the block that touched it will be returned to its corresponding start tile. Revolving zoom tile. A zoom tile that switches direction at a customizable frequency. Default switch rate at 1 second/60 BPM. Slide 9. Time-related tiles. Stasis tile. When a block touches this tile, the block will be unable to move for as many movements as the tile specifies. Timer tile. A tile that acts like a locked tile until the number on it reaches 0. Timer. A customizable timer that can either start ticking once the board begins, or once first move is made. When the timer reaches 0, you lose. Slide 10. A few tips. Don't replace the floor tiles with the other tiles, simply place the other tiles over them. Instead of placing X tiles over the floor tiles, simply take those floor tiles, change their borders to black, and bring the surrounding floor tiles to the front. Be sure to playtest your boards to make sure they're winnable. When finished, set the share settings to anyone with the link can view. Then, either DM it to GhostlyGlyphs number 8746 on Discord, or post the link in the discussions of level 317. Who knows, it may even be featured in the level itself. Slide 11. Think you're ready? Create a board. Return to the original article. Completing these levels will yield rewards in the form of items, ranging from almond water to squirt guns. There are also 5 items exclusive to level 317, which are all listed below on the Shuffle Squad's official website, shufflesquad.org. Access No image caption available. The text on the image reads as follows: shufflesquad.org. Home. Boards. Prizes. Forums. Type: Item Legendary. Legendary items. Magneto Spectacles. 5 stars. Rarity: Legendary. Type: Utility. A pair of 3D glasses that can produce magnetic forces depending on which lens you look through. Red lens attracts. Blue lens repels. Both eyes open does nothing. Both eyes closed pauses the object's push/pull. Closing both eyes turns on wireframe vision. Read more. Phantom Wormhole. 5 stars. Rarity: Legendary. Type: Utility. A small, slightly translucent handgun that teleports you to wherever you shoot it. Don't use it for combat, though, since the bullets pass through any living being. Note: don't aim it at the ceiling, unless you want your body to become a chandelier. Read more. Conductive Cranium. 5 stars. Rarity: Legendary. Type: Cosmetic. A replica of the esteemed helm of Neon Shuffle's admin, the Conductor. When you speak, the green line wobbles like a saw wave. There are some rumors that the helmet lets you speak to the Conductor, but if he does respond, it sure ain't consistent. Read more. Rubber Hose Staff. 5 stars. Rarity: Legendary. Type: Combat, an arcane staff straight out of the 1930s. It can cast spells that increase or decrease an object's elasticity, but it can also be used to slap others via the hands holding the crystal orb. All of the sound effects sound straight from a 30s cartoon, too. Read more. Spear of Atmos, 5 stars. Rarity, legendary. Type, combat. A spear once belonging to Atmos, the god of weather. The spear can utilize different weather based attacks, and can even change the weather to the user's will. Be careful when using it, though. The spear really packs a punch. Read more. Onslaught Station awaits! Head on down to level 158 for the thrill of a lifetime! Just draw an upside down pentagon on the bathroom mirrors. Can't wait to see ya there! Notably, after completing the 10 tutorial boards, Wanderers gain the opportunity to make their own boards. Note: see the level 317 tile explanations Google Doc read earlier in this video, that they can then share with others, encouraging a sort of community around the level. The conductor seems to be somewhat involved with the community, allowing certain people to change the color of their boards' neon outlines if their levels impress him, and submitting some unique/challenging boards himself. Furthermore, Shuffle Squad members Red Beach Zone and a few others have modified their boards by applying quote-unquote texture packs to them. This is possible via the previously mentioned USB port on the lobby's touchscreen kiosks, which can seemingly allow one to upload files to the level itself. How this is possible is unknown. The conductor seems unbothered by them uploading these texture packs, and sometimes encourages them to do so. Notable boards. Below are a few examples of the variety of boards playable on level 317. Open Shuffleboard Collection. Image caption: Island Hopping by Red Beach Zone. Image caption: Difference of Squares by Marietta. Image caption: Compartmentalized by Macro Marks. Image caption: Revolution Roulette by Aqua Necklace. Image caption: Pep Step Party by Seance. Image caption: Chronal Catastrophe Conundrum by The Conductor. This video, which was recorded on the 22nd of August, 2025, may be outdated by the time you watch this video. Please check the article, which is linked in the description of this video, to see if any more notable boards have been added since this video was recorded. Bases, outposts, and communities. The Shuffle Squad, a group of roughly 20 individuals in their late teens/early 20s. Each wears strange neon clothing with an 80s theme. Very friendly, will help wanderers who end up in the level. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Typing 317 into the elevator of any building's 10th floor will lead to level 317. Drawing a diamond on the mirrors of level 158, Onslaught Station, will lead to level 317. Any level with an elevator is accessible by typing the level's number in on the keypad of the lobby's elevator. Drawing an upside-down pentagon on the mirrors of the lobby's bathrooms will lead to level 158, Onslaught Station.